Stop doing this to us. We're stuck with software that doesn't do what it's supposed to do, but don't have the time to change. It's enough to make you want to scream or put your foot through your computer screen. So it's something I've got to get off my chest, and it's speaking to people who make software on behalf of all us professionals that use it. It could be any piece of software, it could be a plugin, could be a DAW. Some of you also work with video software, editing software, any of that. And it's this enormous frustration that it really has to do what you say it does. So many things are made these days which for professionals don't meet our requirements. Let me give you an example. I work in both video and I work in audio. I work in both fields, and obviously this is going to get edited in a video editor afterwards. And I had a client this week that kept sending something back to me and asking me to check something because the alignment on a piece of text wasn't centered. And I kept looking at it and looking at the settings in the editor and thinking, they are centered, so I sent it back, and he came back again. And after 2 or 3 back and forths, we had a discussion together. I installed a plugin which allowed me in this editor to put a grid, a really accurate grid on the screen. And it showed me that actually, even though the software told me it was centered and it was swore blind by pixels, it was out by 37.5 pixels. Now, you might not think that 37.5 pixels matters, but it matters to us when we're delivering to spec. It could be loudness settings in a DAW. It could be the EQ in a plugin. It might not be right. It could be the ratio in a compressor. Now, we might think, well, if it sounds good, it is good, but sometimes we are working to spec. We have to deliver. And this is just one of the many things in this video editor that has been driving me nuts for years. Just little things, and most of them are about detail. And what's most frustrating is last night I'm sat in the house and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to download a demo of an alternative and see what that's like, because people rave about it. And I'm clear here, I'm not naming names here, and you might think you know who I'm talking about when I'm talking about the video editor and which is the alternative, but I'm not going to go there because it's just a general comment really, this. And I downloaded the demo of the new one. And I looked at it and it was great. And I thought, yeah, this is good. This has got all the things I need. And then I started thinking about the workflow that I'd need to adopt. Then I had to think about learning it to such a detail that I could still work as fast as I work now in the one that drives me crazy. You know, it's a bit like a car that's got a noise or a piece of grit in your shoe. It's not enough to make you completely change things, but it's enough to either slow you down, to make you look bad in front of your clients, or just generally be frustrating. And this is the thing that really drives me crazy. I sometimes think, and I'm not into chemtrails and all that stuff, but I sometimes think that software manufacturers, especially the door manufacturers, or those making really complex bits of software that we use, know how hard it would be for us to switch. They know the learning curve. For example, for me to learn a new video editor to the proficiency I've been using this one I've been using for several years now, or to learn a new DAW, it would take days, if not weeks, to get to the same standard of being able to work at that pace. And that's a lot of money. If I'm charging by the hour, are they going to pay me? Of course they're not. So it's going to mean downtime or learning it at weekends or learning it at night and taking me away from my family. So 2 things that really drive me crazy, and this is what this video is about, and this rant is about, may I say, and say in the comments whether you feel the same, is 1, make software that works exactly as it's supposed to, whether that's the loudness metering, whether that's in a video editor that actually in pixel terms, if it's going to be where you say it's supposed to be. It sounds silly, but these things are really annoying and drive our clients crazy too. And secondly, bear in mind that for us to try and switch, if we could switch, would cost us a lot of time and money. And for most of us, it's just too hard. And so it's better the devil we know than the devil we don't. It's enormously frustrating. So if you want to play with the professionals, if you want to make software with the professionals, do it right, make it right, because for us to move is almost impossible. Some of you know it, I think, but stop doing this to us because we're stuck with software that doesn't do what it's supposed to do, but don't have the time to change. It's enough to make you want to scream or put your foot through your computer screen. So please make software that works because we haven't got time to move. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.